Andre Leon Talley has revealed he's been drastically underpaid at Vogue. He's been in communications with Anna Wintour to address the lack of diversity. Now, if memory serves me, you were the B that kept a whole lot of diversity out of Vogue because you wanted to be the only one while you were getting paid pennies on the dollar. And you were still too foolish, too inept, and too clearly unintelligent to not only one realize that, but then leverage what you had, the fame you had, and the name that you had created for yourself to turn it into something more than what Vogue had offered you. You were lazy. I'm not going to say fat and lazy, although it would be true. But you were lazy. You sat on your tuchus while women like Tyra Banks, who walked the runways that you critiqued, out-earned you, outshined you, and have outlasted you. You have nothing because nothing is what you put in. And that is pathetic. So can I feel sorry for you? No, because I'm sorry. If I had clawed my way to the top, as you did, I will give you credit for that. I certainly would do something when I got there. And you did nothing but sit under, well, I can't even say Anna Wintour's teat because she doesn't have any. You couldn't fit anything under that bosom, not even a pea. So what were you doing? What were you doing? Just enjoying basking in the glow of white people? If you're gonna do that, you better be getting coin from them. You should have been selling books. You should have had a modeling training camp, fashion school training camp, a designer training camp, a publicist training camp. You really could have turned yourself into something so much more instead of the big guy in the caftans. That's how I feel about it. What are your thoughts?
That was a beautiful soliloquy. I think it was very Nicki Minaj of him to like close the door to a bunch of people in his field, you know? But you know, when you're at the highest and you're the only one in that area, you enjoy that. And no offense to Nicki Minaj, of course, but that's just who I thought of, you know, because she enjoyed being the only woman for, I want to say, almost 10 years. So, yeah, I mean, karma works in, you know, mysterious ways. So, it just is what it is. My sympathy is not with him.
I just feel like it's a pissed away opportunity. It's pissed away. You could have really paved so many ways. You could have done so much for so many different people, and you could have done, most importantly, something for yourself. You were at the top of your game, and you were too busy playing the game rather than playing the game. Okay, now this is something else that I need to get off my chest. I really want your thoughts on this as well. Laurie Harvey has revealed her new skincare line is coming out very soon. And she's testing products on boyfriend Michael B. Jordan. One, you don't test skin products on somebody with good skin. They already got good skin. That don't count. We need to see a before and after. He was already, quote unquote, fine. And as Killmonger, he was fine. I'm gonna give him that. But Laurie Harvey, you also won your 20-something. So, you know, you got your skin from God. You got your skin. That's who does your skincare. God. God does your skincare. When you're 30 plus, that's when you got to put some effort in. You're under 25. God is doing your skincare right now. God. Let's get that straight. I do not want to buy skincare from anybody under 25 unless I have seen some real acne or you've always been beautiful. You've always been beautiful. So it's like, I'm not going to put that on and then suddenly, well, I mean, I look at your roster and there's nobody I would want on it. But the point is, I'm not going to put that on and look like you. You're 25. This is not Death Becomes Her. It's not the potion. So I feel it's a little bit of false advertising. And two, when have you been in skincare? Like, we've never seen you go to a chemistry class, a biology class, an esthetician class. We've never seen that. So all of a sudden now you've got a skincare line? I feel like that's the new fallback, like tea.
Well, to be fair, you know, Kylie Jenner has skincare as well.
Now, we've never spoken about her skincare, but I'm sorry. Now, you see, that's not skincare. That's leather care. That's leather care because that's new skin on the body. That's like what you get when you buy a leather couch and you got to, moisturize it. That's a whole different mamma jamma.
Well, what they have in common is their privilege. Laurie Harvey has access to the best skincare products, so of course she's going to have good skin. I'm not sure what she knows about it.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry, we're forgetting youth. Youth. Don't talk to me about skincare until you are over 30, really over 35. Youth. At 20, remember what we look like at 25. Remember how flawless I woke up like this. Mm-hmm. That Beyonce stuff. We wake up like that at 25. That's what you look like at 25. Even after a hard night, you wash your face, do a little Neutrogena at best, and you're glowing and everything. No, I'm sorry. Children cannot sell me skincare. That's like a 4-year-old saying, that's like a baby saying, "Ooh, you want this skincare? I'm only 4 months old. Do you want this 4-month-old skin? Try it." No.
It's a combination of youth and privilege. They caught Kylie Jenner like washing her face with her skin product. She still had a filter on the entire time. Like, she thinks people are stupid. Well, you know what? If you are a fan of Kylie Jenner, you are stupid. I'm sorry. I will not be buying anything from her skincare line. Good luck to her. What does she do? What is her profession besides bagging good-looking men? Or wealthy men. Wealthy and or good-looking men.
I guess she's gonna sell things.
Trust fund baby. She's a trust fund baby.
Trust fund? I'm sorry. Her mother is Marjorie Harvey. Ain't no trust in them funds.
She's still very, very rich.
As long as she's in Steve Harvey's favor, because we saw what Steve Harvey did to his second wife.
Huh? I thought that was his second wife.
No.
Oh.
That's third or fourth minimum.
Well, since we're on Kylie Jenner, can we talk about her sister, Khloe?
Hold on, let me get a different head for this conversation. I'll be right back. Yes. I feel like, you know what? I feel like we need to have like one of those like filters where like we switch faces and then we can talk about it.
Right. Or we just put on masks, like, human masks. I remember we used to do props a lot.
Oh, those were the days. Wait, remember when the bench broke?
Yes.
When I was going off on McCain?
I might have to do a throwback Thursday on that today, actually. When the bench broke. So Khloe apparently DM'd the side chick. The story is gaining a lot of traction. I kind of feel sorry for her just a little bit because she wants to have another kid with him. And someone brought up a point that all of the sisters, like their kids all have the same dad. And I'm thinking that's what she wants.
I am in my That's So Raven. I see a spin-off in the future, a second baby in the distance, but they gon' keep it a plot line. Mm-hmm. She knows he's going to have other women, possibly men, but she is going to get that second baby out of him. Like, I don't know why she's waiting. I mean, well, then again, that, like, when you can switch out your torso, your legs, your head, you can get your snap back because it's like, okay, well, this torso had a baby, but this torso is what I'll wear to the award show. That's how she is. So she is going to get a second baby out of him. I don't know why she is calling well, you can't call her a mistress, I guess, was sister wife, concubine, a tramp. But then again, I always looked at Khloe as a tramp. Like, when I think of tramp, I think of Khloe Kardashian. Just, a little fun, a little dirty, always making a poor decision when it comes to men. A tramp.
I'll just say floozy. Like, tramp is just so, like, harsh for her in this situation.
It's what she is. I mean, she stole him from wasn't that his wife? Or at least his first baby mama, a tramp. It's tramp behavior. It's tramp-esque. A
Tramp.
floozy, you see, floozies don't have children. Floozies are, more like cougars. They're too young to be cougars, but they also make better decisions than tramps.
So what's the difference between a floozy and a hussy?
A hussy, now a hussy is like Della Reese in Harlem Nights. That's a hussy.
Okay, I thought floozy was like, around mid-20s, like this little floozy.
No, a floozy is from 35 to 43.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what? Everybody gets their own definition of these words. This is just according to me. This is just my definition. Y'all ain't got to go by it. It ain't in Webster's.
So the alleged floozy actually received a cease and desist from Tristan. And she confirmed it, and she said, I finally received the cease and desist hours after I made my post online. It was first sent to an email I no longer use. However, I'm moving forward with the truth and am choosing not to comply. I will not be called a liar. It's getting messy.
I mean, they're going to play in court, but this will all really play out on their new reality show on Peacock, Chloe's Crap.
Well, the floozies are actually getting a show on Zeus, I think, coming soon. Her name is Sydney Chase, I believe. Yep, Sydney Chase.
Sydney, how are you going to name yourself after two banks?
Sydney, which Sydney bank? Like, there's a Sydney bank?
Yeah.
Huh.
The Bank of Sydney.
Oh, okay. Well, just like banks, I'm guessing she's good at taking deposits. And now a word from our sponsors.
Are you still going to the post office? We ain't paying full price for postage no more. Thanks to stamp.com, we're done with it. We're done. You can mail and ship whenever you need to from your computer. Send letters, ship packages, and pay a lot less with discounted rates from USPS, UPS, and more. Stamps.com will save you thousands of hours and tons of money every year. This is a must-have for your business. Sending invoices, a side hustle Etsy shop, shipping out whatever orders you need to, or just navigating work-home life. Stamps.com does it all with ease. 1 million businesses have already chosen Stamps.com for their mailing and shipping needs. Simply use your computer to print out official U.S. postage 24/7. Any letter, any package, any class of mail, wherever you want to send it. Once your mail is ready, just schedule pickup or drop it off. It's that simple. With Stamps.com, you're eligible for discounts of up to 40% of post office rates and 66% off UPS shipping rates. It's a no-brainer. Stamps.com saves you time and money. It's no wonder nearly 1 million small businesses already use Stamps.com.
So stop wasting time going to the post office and go to stamps.com instead. There's no risk. And with our promo code ROAST, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in ROAST. That's stamps.com, promo code ROAST. Well, speaking of second babies, isn't Erica Mena having a second kid? Even though they were like threatening divorce. I know how you feel about her.
I mean, this early in the morning.
Like, we're going to pick a box for Alex. Is it going to be skank, slut, tramp, floozy, or hussy?
She is a trollop.
Trollop, okay.
A true trollop.
Today, this morning, this is fresh off the headlines. She threatened to beat Wendy Williams up. She messaged on Twitter, and it was very vile.
I think she needs to be taken away because that's elder abuse.
So this is what she said. She added Wendy Williams, and she said, at this point, let's link up so I can beat you. Sorry. At this point, let's link up so I can beat your ass. Your ex-husband didn't do a good enough job. Now, she could have left the second sentence off. And again, there's a way to roast Wendy Williams without making fun of domestic violence. So yeah, Twitter was roasting her. Because you can talk about Wendy Williams like surgery, you can talk about her Peabody, you can talk about her iron shoes, you can talk about those wigs sometimes, or even like, what else can you talk about? The crack. Like, she didn't even talk about the crack. She had to talk about, like...
Well, you know what? This is exactly why I've always had the opinion of Erica Mena that I've had. Because she's low life. She's low fruit.
She is a low life. She's a beautiful low life, though.
Oh, honey, anyone can be beautiful with makeup.
And money, surgery. I mean, look at Heavenly.
I'd rather not. Again, this early...
I know, right?
I haven't even had my tea.
Well, it's almost 2 here in New York, so it's never too late.
Oh, yeah, we don't get up until like 11 out here. It's, you know what it is? I understand also why it's that cool, relaxed California attitude, man, because we're 3 hours behind New York. We're already late. It's like, You're 3 hours late. There's no point. Stop giving a fuck. It'll just be in tomorrow. I don't care.
But yeah, Erica Mena is unapologetic about what she said. She said what she said. By now, y'all know I mean what I say and say what I mean. Talking to yourself about me is a hobby for you, not me. If you don't exist to me, what offends you don't affect me.
We can't be offended by you because you're a trollop, a skeezer, a harpy. All you're going to do is make Safari miserable for the rest of his life. Everybody else don't care about you. We tune in to Love and Hip Hop to laugh at you, darling, not with you. You watched your dreams wither on the vine and die like your relationships. You had to marry Sissy Safari to have a second shot at what you thought would be love, but was truly just another plot line so you could stay relevant to try to feed the children you had to have so that you could be relevant. Isn't that a vicious cycle? You can't sell a t-shirt, you can't sell an album, you can't sell an earring, you can't sell a lipstick. The only thing you have to sell is yourself. And the value on that is dropping every day, second by second. Even your husband is worth more than you. And that, dear, is pathetic. I would say you had a shot, a real shot at having what you wanted in life, but you're too unintelligent, you're too unemotional, and you're too self-absorbed to ever really get the point.
Safari really made a choice there. I think he should have just stayed with Nikki, but they just have terrible choice.
Safari needs a strong bottom in his life. Safari needs a strong, financially savvy bottom in his life. That's what Safari needs. Safari needs to stop playing in vaginas, stop messing over women. You don't want a woman, you don't need a woman, you can't be with a woman, you don't have the emotional bandwidth to do it. He needs a strong, emotional, and financially secure bottom in his life to keep him in furs and finery. That's what Safari wants. He wants to be a kept man. He needs to just be honest with himself. I'm sorry, he's hopped from Nicki Minaj to Erica Mena. When you gonna get off the titty and get on the dick?
To be honest, they're actually both terrible at choosing life partners. I mean, he's with a pernicious witch and she's with a sex offender.
She's not a witch. She is not a witch. She is not powerful. She is not intelligent. She is not a witch. We ain't gonna offend witches with that. The Scarlet Witch would have an issue. I'm sorry, we're not gonna disrespect Wanda Maximoff with that. That's what we're not going to do, not on this show. I'm sorry. We have too much respect for Marvel over here to call something as impotent, as insignificant, as unworthy as Erica Mena a witch? To call her a witch? Oh, my goodness, she doesn't have the power. Otherwise, she wouldn't be with a sissy.
You heard it here first.
In Mind Your Business news, DJ Academics claims Gucci Mane's wife slept with Yo Gotti while Gucci was in jail. Now, DJ Academics, I want to know why you are so concerned with Keisha Kayor's coochie. Her and Gucci Mane have their own relationship. Why do you feel the need to get on the air on a slow news day and instead of using your music expertise to keep the people interested in your show, you feel the need to put this woman on blast? Why don't you talk about whose knees Gucci was sitting betwixt while he was in the Who's scowl? Why don't you talk about that? Why don't you talk about where Gucci was getting it when he was in jail? If you want to put business in the street, then why don't you put a man's business in the street? Why are you trying to clock Keisha Kayor's coochie miles? Why? Now, her hands may be withered and gnarled as the witch she is. Now, I'll call Keisha Kayor a witch because that's a powerful witch. She turned Gucci Mane into Gucci Mane. Quiet as it's kept, she could give me a spiritual bath so I could turn into the man I need to be. I'll mess with her. She done it. I mean, she mean to them baby mamas, but that's her business, and I'm gonna stay out of that. But I want to know why he is so concerned with Keisha Kayor cheating on Gucci while he was in jail and would put it on the radio rather than just call him. How do you feel about that?
If I was DJ Academics, I would watch my mouth. Like, Gucci Mane don't play. Like, he pushed a woman out of a moving vehicle. So I don't even imagine. He murdered someone. Yes.
Did he not murder someone? It's self-defense, but he still murdered. He took someone out.
Allegedly. I don't know the documents from Fulton County.
I thought he went to jail for that. Okay, we'll say allegedly. We'll say allegedly.
If anybody in the comments want to correct us, feel free. Allegedly, he killed somebody. But yeah, I would not mess with Gucci Mane.
Or Keisha Kayor. I don't mess with witches.
DJ Academics wants to be Charlemagne so bad.
Why? Charlemagne doesn't even want to be Charlemagne anymore. I mean, he's changed. How many complexions has he changed? He's on his Lil' Kim.
Right. I think he has a sandpaper towel he uses every morning. So what is going on with Trey Songz and him not being able to keep his hands to himself? He is being sued by a bartender from events that happened in 2019 at Cardi B's Fashion Nova show.
You know, that's what happens when you're boring and you realize your time is coming to an end and, you don't even have the hits of a Tank or a Jaheim. You realize you are on the fast train to forgotten. And that's why he's fumbling everybody with his fists.
I would say that, or aggression from repressed homosexuality.
I agree. And I think there's something else that we're forgetting, and I hope you can sing along with me. It could be cocaine, cocaine, cocaine. Allegedly the aggression from Cain. Cocaine, cocaine. You know the drugs make you go insane. Like cocaine, cocaine.
So moving on. According to the legal documents, the bartender says Trey jumped on the bar to sit and watch the show. The bartender told him to get down and that it was against the venue's policy. Trey is said to have ignored the bartender, and the bartender put his hand on Trey's back to get his attention to repeat himself. That's when, according to the bartender, Trey turned around and punched him in the head with a closed fist. Looked at the other bartenders, they continued to enjoy the show. The bartender claims he suffered physical pain and emotional and psychological injury as a result of the alleged attack, and he's suing for damages. Look, anybody that's famous, and they hit me, I am going down. I am not hitting back. I am going to the hospital, and I'm going to go to a therapist right afterward. You are going to pay me. You can embarrass me for that 5 minutes. That's fine. Trey Songz, knock him the fuck out. Okay? I will be laid out. I'm buying this condo. That's what I'm going to do with that money. Just saying. Even somebody that's who's another hothead? The Baby? Oh, I'm sure his legal fees are racked up.
Yeah, their first couple concerts out of the Vai, they're going to be just paying people back.
Right.
Those first few festivals, it's going to be, they really need to go on and hold the child support festival. Future can headline, Lil Bow Wow can be the opener. We got the Migos can be there. We got a whole bunch of, let's get this child support right.
But speaking of getting paid, Bill Gates divorced, from his wife Melinda. They were married for 27 years without a prenup. And Bill's net worth is $124 billion. $124 billion.
I would, at that point, I don't care. Like, I guess it's just me. I don't care. I could not care. I take half. Take 70. If we've got kids, take 75%. I'll be fine with the 50 billion I have left. I'll still be okay. I'm Bill Gates. If I need to make more money, I can make more money. It's at that point, like, what are you buying with that? How many rocket ships are you buying with that? How many trips into space are you buying with that? Are you buying a new planet? No? Okay, then it does not matter anymore. Really, once you get over $100 million, it does not matter anymore. There is nothing you can buy. You have reached the financial limit of money that this earth has to offer.
Pretty much.
He could clear the education debt. He could clear everybody's student loans and still be rich. If you're listening, one of you, that one that divorced Bezos, you've been giving away a lot of money. Go on and clear the educational debt. Can you do that? Can you do something where it counts? For the love of Jesus.
Exactly. Apparently, as soon as she filed, she got $2 billion. And a lot of people are being funny, and they have Instagram accounts, and everyone is posting messages that they're sending to them, like "What's up?" or "Hey, babe," or "Have my baby," or something.
Hey, big head.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they can go on and get divorced. Like, I guess it's easier for them to get divorced so that way they can live their own lives. But I don't think they're going to argue about money. Like the Bezoses, they didn't argue about money. It's like there's really no point at that point.
Yeah.
There's no point. You squabble over pennies. Drake is accused of breaking up singer Naomi Sharon's 8-year engagement. Now, I'm sorry, honey, if you were engaged for 8 years, one of y'all was itching for that to be broken up. An 8-year engagement, And I'm sorry, if y'all together for 8 years and she meets Drake and suddenly your house is not a home, then it never was. It never was.
8 years? Like, what's the point?
To say you're engaged.
And who is that anyway?
A great question that will never be answered by me, not on this show. But they gonna say he broke up their relationship. Y'all were engaged for 8 years. 8 years? Really? And he broke it up? He's the reason. Not the 8-year engagement. Oh, heavens to murgatroids. No, not the 8-year engagement. Not the lack of commitment. Not the lack of moving forward in the relationship. That could not possibly be why the relationship ended. It had to be Drake. Now, I'm sorry, I can't stand his "you don't even go here" ass, but I'm not about to sit by and let him be blamed for somebody else's bullshit. You were engaged for 8 years. That's your issue, boo.
Agreed.
I've been feeling very soliloquy today.
Yeah, the reads have been long, and it's fine. I mean, it's very entertaining. I mean, I know people wonder, I know a lot of people wonder, how can he keep a straight face when Alex says all this? I'm just like, I'm just used to it, I'm just used to it. So Shekina and Tiny, they are no longer friends, and it is done. It's a done deal. They are not friends anymore. Because I think Shekina opened her mouth. Is that her name? Shekina? Am I saying it wrong?
Does it matter?
You're right. Shekina recently spoke out about really...
Wait, hold on. No, you're right.
Shekina recently spoke out about what really went down between her and Tiny Harris that caused the demise of their close friendship. Sharing her side of the situation through tears, she explained that after being dragged online for defending Tiny and T.I. amidst their ongoing assault scandal, it was hurtful when Tiny just stood by as she took all the heat. So when she opened her big mouth, I guess Tiny was in the room too, and Tiny didn't say anything or came forward to help her friend out. So she feels backstabbed.
Well, Shekina, you shouldn't have been getting into it with that woman in the first place to even put yourself in this position. You should have sat where you were, did your hair, ate your food, and promoted your brand. Instead, you wanted to get out there and keep talking. Then Tiny told you, okay, well, I need you to say this to try to fix what you said earlier with your big mouth. Then everybody went in on you. And what did you think Tiny was going to do? Did you think she was going to step from her man to protect you? Child, you may lick her cat from here to there, but you ain't giving her what T.I. given. Please. You're a scissor sister, not a husband.
And that shows me that Kandi is a real friend because she kept that mouth shut. And, she's been on many media outlets. And when people tried to ask her about Tiny, nothing. That's a real friend. But yeah, it's Shekina, rhymes with vagina. That's a good way to remind myself of it.
If I'm going to think about a vagina, I don't want to think about Shekina's.
Yeah, I get it. Now I know. So Tiny left a long comment on the Neighborhood LLC, and I'll try to make it brief. She says, y'all can believe this dizzy bitch if you like. Why the fuck would I ask her to say what she said? True enough, she wanted to speak up for me as a friend, and I appreciate that, but I never told her to say any of that shit she said. That's on my life and everything I love. She wrote me a book and said people don't need to know, but yet going to live talking about me daily. Worst kind of friend to have. If we not cool, we not cool. Move on as I have quietly. It's a shame I'm addressing this BS now. Just sick of all the lies, day after day. I will forever wish her nothing but the best still. It's sad when close friends turn to enemies, but God has his way, and I won't question him. Capital H-I-M. People just be throwing God in like salt and pepper sometimes in statements. Like, let me just throw a God in there.
Or like on Pose, a sprinkle of crack. A sprinkle of God.
Child.
Just a touch of God, just a touch of God. Or just a touch of crack, just a touch of crack. And it seems like they've been doing both, a touch of God and a touch of crack.
We're going to get to Pose because it seems like some of them writers have been hitting the crack too, along with Lulu. But we'll get to that. So the tie-in story with this is Tiny will be having her first real public appearance since the charges have happened for Versus that's coming on Saturday.
Oh, it's this Saturday?
Yes, it's Escape versus SWV. I am very excited for it. This is 90s. And y'all know, if you follow me on anything, I love the 90s. Now, SWV and Escape, 20 songs is a stretch? Just a stretch? I'm trying to figure out what 20 songs Escape gonna do. I could do 10 Escape songs, but 20? I don't know about that. But I do think they're gonna sing live, which is great. So it's gonna be an entertaining show. If I'm at home Saturday, I'm gonna try to look at it. Just doing it on a Saturday night now when people can go out, they should have done it on a weekday.
I know I have just a few weeks left until my final dose.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
I can already feel the leg rising.
Well, make sure you laminate that vaccination card. Well, another segue into Escape is Kandi. So Kandi was beefing with Wanya from Boys to Men. Did you hear about that?
I did.
Apparently, he was difficult to work with. I'm not sure if it was just him specifically or Boys to Men collectively. But Wanya had a way to feel about it. He threw some shade. He was like, oh, yeah, respect to Kandi, but I don't really know what she did since then musically.
Excuse me? She's still on the top 40 right now. Excuse me?
Right.
You don't know what Kandi Burruss did music? Excuse me? She just was on Ariana and Ed Sheeran's album. Excuse me? And what have you done other than knock Brandy up and leave her? What have you done? The fuck? You can come for anybody you want to, but you want to come for Kandi Burruss, I'm going to kick your ass like Brandy's brother should have. Okay? Okay.
It seems like you can read Candy, but if someone else reads Candy.
Now we can read Candy for fashions all day, but for him to come for her musical talent, she's a low-key Missy Elliott. Like, she may not have the same catalog, but when you look at her writing, her impact from Whitney to today is undeniable.
Yeah, I would say when you're trying to shade someone or read someone, be accurate.
Now, if he wanted to talk about the fact that her lipstick looked like she melted a crayon and put it on her lips, I couldn't disagree. If he wanted to say her hair looked like a $40 Decatur quick weave, I couldn't argue. If he wanted to say she looked like she came in the flea market's finest fashions, all I could say is amen, sir, amen. But you're gonna say I don't know what she's done musically? Because you're unintelligent and uninformed, because you're ignorant and you put your head in the sand because you have failed to achieve an eighth of what she has achieved.
Well, Candy did clap back, and she did show her award from ASCAP for writing Ariana Grande's song, Break Up With Your Boyfriend. Break Up With Your Girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was nice what you said about Candy. Kind of, sort of, maybe.
I'm honest. I will give you accolades when you need an accolade, and I will give you a read when you need a read. But don't nobody come for Candy like don't nobody come for Dion.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Since we're talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, let's talk about best fiends because we use it a lot.
You know, one of the mysteries of life that puzzles me most is why they thought Toya was going to be a good addition to the show. And if Mark will ever get back with Kenya. Will we ever know what happened with Tanya and why she disappeared? But what we do know is while we're contemplating those questions, we can take on a puzzle that's meant to be solved. And those puzzles can be found in Best Fiends. Thousands of amazing puzzle levels, each different, each with its own mission, objective, and strategy, always giving your brain a fresh synapse fire. Best Fiends is a ton of fun puzzles to solve. I'm on level 1555. My friend code, if you want to play along with me, is 202-5877. So whenever I really start to get too involved in the Housewives plot lines, I just turn to Best Fiends because I'm like, you know what? I may not be able to figure you out, but I know I can beat these levels, collect my slugs, and get great new characters to beat even more levels. It's fun, it's visually stimulating, and mentally stimulating. Each level is never the same. Want something new to play every day that's endless fun? Best Fiends and its collectible characters is just what you need for you.
And don't blame us if you can't turn it off. Download the 5-star rated puzzle game Best Fiends free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R, Best Fiends. So let's talk about Pose, because I need to get your opinion on that. Sunday, I was really busy, so I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I now know if I don't watch Pose on Sundays, like, I'm going to be spoiled. I can't go on Twitter, I can't go anything without seeing, like, Pose spoilers. So I was spoiled. Now, I was a little angry about that. But I didn't have time to watch Pose at 10 p.m. until 12:30 p.m. That was just too much. Too much. So I watched the first episode yesterday and the second one before I started this. I want to know your thoughts before I say mine.
I was disappointed. I was shocked by how disappointed I was. I understood Janet Mock's tirade about the first 2 episodes source material being garbage. I don't know what happened with the Damon plot line, but they just kind of threw that away. They just balled it up and threw it away like, white people's skin. The fact that they did 2 episodes in one night and didn't tell us gave me a sense of a series dump. It wasn't good. It wasn't poignant. The first episode was so skippy and jumpy. It was like dial-up internet. Like you just didn't know what was going on. You didn't know where it was a puzzle piece that was just jammed in here and jammed in there. I was thoroughly and utterly disappointed and crushed. But I also have to say, I was right. No one wants to see a show about a deadly virus after a deadly virus. And I think that's also why I think everybody's patience was a little low. We don't need anything depressing right now. We need uplifting. We need to see happy gays, not sad gays in a hospital dying from a deadly virus, because we just went through that. We just did it.
And I understand it was the reality of the times back then for Black and brown queer folk communities. But the real joy was still there when they had like the balls and stuff like that. I enjoyed seeing all of them. And I love the actors, and it's not their fault. I mean, they're just, reading what's on the script. The acting is still the same, but the story just seems it was just so rushed. And I was like, wait a minute, so Poppy is rich. It looked like they were living rich, like lavishly. Where is Elektra getting her money from now that, the thing was shut down? Angel and Lulu smoking crack? Well, weed with crack laced into it?
The Woolers that Wendy Williams used to smoke.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's what Wendy used to smoke back in the day. She was like, remember you put the crack in.
And also, Pray Tell was just, I just could not stand him. Like, I loved him in the first season, some of the second season, but you got 3 main characters that are addicts. Like, it's just too much. Like, where's all this story coming from? And then we see Damon in the first episode, fine. He's recovering alcoholic. They threw another alcoholic into the mix. So we have 4 main characters with addiction issues. And I think maybe 5 with HIV. It was a lot. It was a lot. So the second episode is when they just threw Damon's character out. No explanation. It was just like, oh, he went by his cousins and he relapsed. Done. So behind the scenes tea with that is, unfortunately, the actor Damon, he had a death in his family. I think it was his sister. Oh. And it really fucked with him, and they wanted him to continue the show. Like Ryan Murphy was just like, okay, we're sorry, but they had a deadline, I'm guessing, and they couldn't wait. And they said, okay, well, we're just gonna have to write you out.
That happens. Sometimes you have to take care of yourself and you have to take care of your family.
Yeah. I think she was murdered. I'm not sure. But...
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. She was murdered.
Yeah, that would I would definitely just do a Nene and your sister was murdered. Did they find out who did it?
As far as in this article, this was on July 30th of last year when they were filming. This is right in the middle of when they were filming. So they say, no arrests or updates have been announced. So that's why he left the show, and they couldn't wait for him, I guess. But I see why he had to leave. But it definitely affected the show. I'm just sad because I really love this show, and I just hate that it's going out like that. Like, when I heard it was going to be 7 episodes, I was like, something is up. There's just no way this critically acclaimed show has only 7 episodes and they're ending it after season 3. And then with the Janet Mock thing, it's just like going in a spiral. And I'm sure you already talked about the Janet Mock issue. Poor Angel. Poor Angel. She told him to stand up in front of a whole entire people of crew cast members and said, I slept with someone in the crew. She said, keep me, please. I was going to leave you, but please do not break up with me. Oh, man. So embarrassing. I know he just wanted the floor to let go under him.
He deleted his Instagram.
Did he? No. Let me see. You
Maybe.
Sure?
I swear, I checked last week when I was looking at the story because it came out right after Pop Roast.
Oh, he's back on.
Oh, he's back? Okay.
Yeah, he just posted that outfit he wore. I did not like that outfit.
Why am I not finding him?
Maybe he blocked you.
For what? Hold on. Angel B. Curial Instagram. Did he block me?
Oh my God, did he block you? Let me, wait. Stop, wait, no. I'm gonna send you his profile. Wait, 1 second.
He blocked me!
Wait, we got some breaking news, y'all. That would be the mess.
Post unavailable.
What did you say? Y'all heard it here first. Wow, he must have saw your video with Janet Mock or something. Damn.
Child, he don't sign no check in this house. Fuck him. Well, actually, Janet Mock already fucked somebody on him, so he really needs to worry about his girlfriend and not me. People have their priorities fucked up. If you got time to go through the Google comments and all the videos that were made and block my happy ass on Instagram when ain't nobody ever contacted you or followed you, you got time to worry about me, but you ain't got time to keep your girl off the hot stuff. So again, your priorities are fucked up. Don't worry about me, worry about your woman.
I am gagged.
I mean, it just shows my influence.
Wow.
I can't believe he had the time, the energy, or the effort to worry about me when your girlfriend is the one cheating on you. We ain't never gone out. I live 3,000 miles away from you. I am 3 hours away from you. I am on a different coast. We are on separate sides of the country, but you still got time to worry about me, but you can't keep Janet off the coke. Allegedly.
That is hilarious. We found out as we're filming that you've been blocked by a cast member of Pose. Wow.
Blocked. I just can't believe, as insignificant as I am, I ain't even got 100,000 subscribers. As insignificant as I am, you found the time, the energy, and the effort to block me. If that's how you want to use your time, child, go ahead.
Well, my last question on this whole thing is, do you think Janet Mock would get in trouble for this? Because she already is has relations with someone that she's above at work, and now it's a second person. Don't you think it's a little unprofessional?
I think it's incredibly unprofessional, untoward, and unseemly.
Because if that crew member wanted to, he can probably sue.
True.
I mean, it's all just being really messy, and it's associated with a show that I really connected to in its first and second season. I really hope that I'm just jumping the gun and it's not terrible. Like by episode 4, we'll be able to know if it's a waste of our time.
We only have 7 episodes and we've already seen 2. It's a waste of our time. Like Angel blocking me was a waste of his time. Because I didn't cheat on you. You can get mad at me. You can block me. Block Janet. That's who you need to block. I ain't cheat on you. When I cheat on you, you let me know. I ain't cheat on you. I ain't done nothing but support you and be a fan for you. I cuss Janet out for you. Now, you want to block me because Janet told you to block me? And Janet, if you have time to watch me, you need to be busy picking your career out of the trash. You need to be picking those pieces of your broken career out of the trash rather than worrying about me. My career is together because my career is meeting your foolish mistake. That's my career. So I'm good. Let's check out. Let's see if it was a couples blocking. I mean, the fact that Janet Mock knows who the fuck I am, that video ain't even got 10,000 views yet. And you that worried about me? You on page 6, but you can't block page 6, but you gonna block me. Don't fuck with them white people. Don't be worrying about my tiny ass.
I am done. Like, I will end this feed. I will end this feed right now if she blocked you.
She sure didn't.
Okay.
She comes up.
I can. What was the reason?
Thank God, Janet has something better to do than worry about me.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
That is a great question because I'm like, I never said anything about you. And there are very few people I haven't said anything about. You are on a very short list, young man. I never said anything about you. I defended you. I said she shouldn't have cheated on you and embarrassed you. You want to block me for that? Boo, go ahead. Because you need to be worrying about your woman, not about me. Maybe that's why she cheated on you, because you don't know where to put your nose. You don't know where to put your big nose, Angel B. Curiel. You got your nose up my ass and we ain't fucking. I am 3,000 miles away, but the woman whose nose, you should have your nose so far up her pussy, you can't see my Instagram. That's the issue. You need to be so focused on her, you can't think about me. But if you have 5 seconds in your day to come through and think about me and my insignificance in your life, You're on fucking FX TV and you're worrying about a YouTuber with less than 10,000 views. You had time to take out of your day to block me when your nose should have been up Janet's pussy? That's why you broke up. You're too immature. Nowhere to put your nose.
Oh my God. This is just a turn of events.
Yeah, he found the time, the space, and the opportunity. Okay.
Well, that was my laugh for this week. I had a hard week, y'all, and I needed that laugh. Oh my God, that was so unexpected. And now a word from our sponsors.
Is there something interfering with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals? I know for me, procrastination was definitely an issue. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional counseling done securely online. There's a broad range of expertise available, which may not be locally available in many areas. The service is available for clients worldwide. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your counselor. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, so you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room as with traditional therapy.
BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches so they make it easy and free to change counselors if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. Visit their website and read their testimonials that are posted daily. Visit betterhelp.com/roast. That's better H-E-L-P, and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and our Pop Roast listeners will get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/roast. So the season premiere of The Real Housewives of New York, season 13 premiered, and what were your thoughts? Because I surprisingly thought it was a great first episode.
It made me realize how much I am never, ever, 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 ever going back to the East Coast. It looked cold and dreary, and I could not believe I lived there for so long. What was I thinking? No, the episode was good though. I was just like, y'all can, shiver in the Hamptons and shiver in the city. It was, Ebony was great. Also, I love that Ebony's first scene was when she was wearing the sweatshirt with the Central Park Five's name in Central Park with Leah. She understood the assignment and did extra credit.
Yes, she came in black as fuck, and I really appreciated it. It was almost jarring to see two black people at once on this show. The word Harlem was used, and they're actually going to be going to Harlem in a certain episode coming up. I don't think I've ever heard the word Harlem on this franchise. So it's just moving in the right direction. And none of the ladies actually got on my nerves. Sonia fulfilled her role. Luann looks great. I disagree with you on yours. Like, she looks snatched. That was some good work done. Her hair is great. Like, it's a little bit longer. She just looks so fresh-faced. And I had it to surgery, And Ramona wasn't even annoying to me. She was just being herself.
I actually felt for Sonia because Sonia had fought and clawed and, really tried to get her business going. And then Century 21 goes bankrupt and she's just like, I fucking had it. She's just, and I feel for her. I feel for her. I mean, first, you marry this 70-year-old guy, you have 2 kids with him. Then, not only does he live, but he divorces you and leaves you with nothing.
She only has 1 kid.
Oh. I didn't know Ramona's daughter was so ugly. Oh my God. That is one ugly girl. I mean, she is hideous, uglier than Evelyn Lozada's daughter. And Evelyn Lozada's daughter is nothing to look at. I mean, she truly looked like a hammer-headed wicked stepsister. Just hideous. I mean, Ramona is ugly. Don't get me wrong. Ramona is one of the ugliest white women I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of ugly white women, so that says something for her. But her daughter, oh my God. And you can't even fix that. You can't fix it when the eyes are just too far apart. You can't fix it. Well, is Mario her cousin?
No.
Her daughter looks like it.
More so about Ebony. I thought she really gelled with everyone. It didn't feel forced. She didn't feel like a token. I think she even fit in better than Garcelle did. The ladies they weren't scared to be themselves around her. And I think maybe Sonja's just so aloof that she doesn't even care, you know?
I think Sonja doesn't have, now I will say, I think Ramona has a racist heart. I don't think Sonja has a racist heart. I think Sonja just says stupid things because she wasn't educated. There's a difference.
So my review is coming out later today, and I posted a pool for everyone to guess which housewife is going to commit the first microaggression towards Evan out of Luann, Ramona, and Sonja. I feel like Ramona's the obvious one, though. That's why I said I'm going with Sonja. You can say Ramona.
I could also see it being Luann. Because Luann got really pissed when she said, don't come to my house and tell me I'm not educated. And it's like, she didn't say you weren't educated. She said, I'm the most educated here. There's a difference. She didn't say you didn't have an education. She just went and got her Juris Doctorate. Do you have a doctorate? No. Oh, okay. You didn't add anything to your field? No. Oh, all right. Then please sit down with your bachelor's. I didn't even know it was premiering on Tuesday. I looked down at Twitter. I was just like, oh my goodness, I'm off Twitter for 10 minutes and this happens.
We have some news dealing with Atlanta. Kenya Moore is still coming after Drew on Twitter. I'm sure if you saw the reunion and when they were talking about bank accounts and Drew, I mean, I was on her side, but when she started bringing up like how Step Up was like a $400 million movie, I was just like, no, boo, no. I'm like, you didn't get nothing from that. You got nothing from that.
Like she was a producer. She said like she was a producer.
Right.
Oh yeah, were you an Kenya Moore makes more off Toi than you made off Step Up.
And then Kenya, I guess, wanted to twist the knife, and she wrote on Twitter, Drew needed a husband to buy her first house at 35. Meanwhile, I've owned multiple from 26 years old and purchased with cash in all caps. Check those receipts. Hashtag broke bitch behavior.
Now, here's the thing, Kenya. You may say that Drew needed a husband at 35, but at 50, you still can't land one. I'll say this too. Drew's husband may have gone to Tampa for the weekend, but do you know what Drew's husband did? He came back. Do you know what Drew's husband did? He bought a house with her. Your husband won't rent an apartment with you. He won't live in the same state as you. You see, you need to shut your mouth when it comes to husbands. If you want to talk career, shade career. Why did you have to bring her man into it? Because now we got to bring your man into it. Wait, you can't even bring your man into it. Is Mark coming? Of course not. Was your marriage in vain? Is your husband coming? Of course not. So don't talk about somebody having a husband and a child at 35 when you was pining, whining, crying, begging, pleading, and renting men to try to get it. Don't mention her husband. You shouldn't have opened your yap. If you want to talk career, you could have posted the receipts from every movie she had ever been in. And then, well, you can't really post yours because you were in Waiting to Exhale for 4 minutes and you probably got about $400 for that after 5, for that under 5, which you keep reminding everybody you had. But you could have shown how much you made from Toi and what a real movie producer makes and how a real boss makes real boss moves on her own. But instead, you had to shade her for having the husband you have been begging for the past 20 years. You can't shade somebody who has what you wanted at 35 and are now getting at 50. And you still getting a piece of a man who ain't trying to be with you, who ain't trying to be nobody's father. Is he even co-parenting? Now, you see, you're going to make us question, is he co-parenting? Because we don't see him, and we don't see you in New York. So who's Brooklyn's father? Or donor. Now, Drew doesn't have a donor if you want to go there. You see, you're going to make me get Phaedra on you. I don't know why she had to open her mouth to say that. Don't shade Drew's husband. Now, we can shade her career, her fashions, and her hair all day, but I ain't gonna say, ooh, Drew got a man and he went to Tampa. Well, I mean, yeah, during the review, but I ain't gonna get out here and personally attack her for that because I ain't got man to first. But even, I would rather be single than have Kenya's man. I'll tell you that.
So since you said, of course not, I mean, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Jamal Bryant on Married to Medicine. Now, after I reviewed that waste of my time, that was a wasted use of a crossover. Like, they literally just came to this restaurant, talked about shit that we already knew, and left. Like, what was the point of the Green Eyed Bandits even coming to dinner?
I guess to kind of promote Housewives of Potomac. I mean, whenever Rob Dixon shows up, there's never going to be anything of interest or of value. And Gabrice and Gabrisi will always show up for a fee and a free meal.
That is a very good point. And then Jamal Bryant's trying to act all holy in front of the husbands. I'm like, we just heard your tea from the binder, you know? It just made no sense. And I'm like, okay, so you'll film on this franchise, but you won't film on the franchise that your baby mama / ex-wife, now new girlfriend is on.
And if you notice, they had no scenes together. Of course not.
I just don't get it. I do not get it.
Because it's in vain.
It's so confusing.
Not if you look at it as in vain.
And I just know that this upcoming season of Real Housewives of Potomac, that Robin and Giselle are going to have the exact same storyline. Robin better get married. Like, she better get married this season. But anyway, our last story is actually tonight on Watch What Happens Live. Andy's doing a Bravo blast from the past. And it's going to have former housewives Jacqueline Larita, Gretchen Rossi, Jill Zarin, Phaedra Parks, Adriana Demora, and Taylor Armstrong to look back on their Bravo days and share updates about what they're doing now. So we're going to see Phaedra on Watch What Happens Live tonight.
Watch What Happens Live?
Well,
I mean, Taylor Armstrong, like, are we just going to get like her face, or is her forehead going to be a part of this production too? Because I don't really need to see her throbbing side veins.
She does have a protruding forehead. But anywho, I can't wait to see if Phaedra's going to talk about coming back to Housewives of Atlanta. I know you never want to see that happen, but hopefully there's hope.
What would she bring?
She has a whole story now. She's single. Her kids are now like, I think 9 or 10 years old. I just feel like it's all unfinished business. Like, she still has more story to tell with the other ladies.
She lied to Portia and on Kandi. You're a liar. You're a fraud. You tried to stop Candy's business. You're a backstabber. You're a rotten, mean, conniving piece of shit human being. You put that ignorant woman in jail. You put Apollo in jail. I don't trust you, and I don't want anything to do with you, and I don't want you around my girls. You've hurt enough people. She's a sick, twisted individual, and she will hurt whoever she has to hurt to get whatever she wants. And I'm afraid she'll really do somebody harm if she gets on the show again. I don't want it. There's a darkness within her.
Well, her children are beautiful.
Apollo is beautiful.
And a felon.
So is she. She just didn't get caught.
Well, you know what? I tried to see the silver lining, but you know, it is what it is. I can see you call and Watch What Happens Live unless your number is blocked, you know.
I mean, it's funny. People just watch me to block. I'll say this. I must really get under your skin. I must really be getting under your skin. The fact that you had time to, I mean, ain't done an Instagram post about this fool.
It's crazy that Amanda Seales has not blocked you, but.
No, Amanda Seales hasn't blocked me because she's afraid. Because she knows if she blocks me, she's giving me the story. She's giving me fodder to keep going after her. And the thing is, she doesn't know who I am. I'm not going to go after you. I'm not that type of a person. I merely comment on what I see. And what I saw was ignorance. I spoke on it. And now it's almost at 100,000 views.
I need to check it. What are we at? Just like, do an update. Ooh, it's almost at 97,000.
Actually, wait, hold on. What we really trying to do is get me my housewarming wish list, y'all. We gonna put a link to the housewarming wish list below. We still got a couple more things. It's still a little empty in here, but we getting it together. We got a TV on there. We got some scented candles. We got some lights. We almost got everything on the list. So if anybody feels generous, feel free to hit up the Amazon wish list. Everybody was asking me, do a wish list, they said. We want to give you something, they said. We don't feel comfortable giving money, they said. So I put together the wish list.
Well, great. Congratulations.
I just did it because they asked me to.
Let's get Alex's third video to over 100,000 views. And right now it's at almost 97,000. So it's called The Roast of Amanda Uninvited Seals. Go look at it. It is like extremely funny. And because I'm petty, I just want it to be at 100,000 views. So yeah, with that, those are our hot topics today. And I will see you sooner than Angel Curiel unblocks Alex.
And I will see you sooner than I give a fuck about an unemployed actor.
And there you have it. Pose.
Pose. It was Agatha all along.